You guys, your average taking y'all to number 2 in the country behind Florida. Uh, Obviously, you got to feel good about that, but obviously, how do you feel in terms of what more y'all can do? Yeah, I mean, as Jay has said to us, you don't want to peak too early in the season, obviously, and you're not even to the halfway point of the regular season. How do you feel about where you are and maybe where y'all can go?
Right. I think number 2 is a great place to be in right now. Um, Definitely something to celebrate and be happy about. There's always room to move forward and do better, and I think we're definitely going to do that later on and hit the peak when we need to hit the peak. So.
I don't know if you heard what Haley said. I asked her about you. She said, "I want to be like Reagan one day." She said,
Oh.
You bring a lot of joy and love to the team." What do you try to do? Do you think of yourself as a very vocal leader? I mean, you're a senior now, and I remember kind of talking to Ruby about this last year. I think she felt like when she got to that point, and a certain respect that comes with age and experience that people listen to her. What do you try to do? And then you also within the context of you're one of 5 seniors on the team. There's a lot of y'all who can be in that kind of role.
Right. I wouldn't say I'm the most vocal. I'm probably the goofiest. I try to make everything more lighthearted and kind of make people laugh and get their minds distracted off of something, nothing's too serious. So I just try to, I guess I'm the clown.
Well, you need comic relief. That's for sure. So I asked you how you felt physically after the meet the other night. So now a couple of days later, how do you feel now? Because I saw one of your tweets. You said you still think as a freshman, but you feel like a senior citizen, which I thought that was fun too. So how do you feel a couple of days after a meet, and how do you get ready for yet another week? I mean, you're used to this kind of routine, but how do you do that?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I've had a lot of treatment done. Had treatment every single day after the meet, actually. So, just keep on doing that, and I prepare for the meets, and I start to feel better before the meet. So.
What you're trying to obviously come up through the sport, and you're thinking, being as going as high level as you can, and then you're thinking, in your high school years, okay, yeah, I want to, do collegiate gymnastics. Now you get to your senior year, and you, as I said, you've done this for 20 years, literally.
Mm-hmm.
What's the motivation? What keeps you going? What makes you keeps you going to practice every day, going to treatment, and all those things involved in getting out there and performing every week?
My motivation is my teammates, my team, the university. I want to put my best foot forward for them, and I want them to feel like they have someone to lean on. And I just wake up every morning and really, I'm doing it for them, really. So that's my motivation, I guess. It's my team.
Well, that's good. I mean, it gets a little hard, I'm sure, after a while, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you definitely kind of get caught up in different things, and your body starts to hurt, and you're like, do I really want to keep doing this? Is it worth it to do this? And then you come to school, and I think especially collegiate gymnastics shows you you're not doing it for yourself anymore, you're doing it for a team, and that just makes it more worthwhile.
Reagan, as somebody who's competed in front of 12, 13,000 people in that building, what has it been like this year to only have 2,500 in there? Is it not as loud? I mean, is it easier to focus, or you have to generate your own excitement? I mean, just what's the change been like?
It's definitely been different. We've tried to be louder and more vocal. The team has as a whole. So I listen for my teammates, and it is a little bit easier to hear them. But surprisingly, this past weekend, it almost felt like we had that many people, in the PMAC again, because I think we were just generating that much energy, and so it was so exciting and so fun.
Hey Reagan, I'm doing a story on Dee Dee Bro this week,
Oh.
so I'm gonna just ask you a question about her.
Okay.
Can you talk about a specific time that Dee Dee really made an impact on you or inspired you?
She She has done a lot. There's one in specific where I think I was about to go and compete. I think it was my first beam routine in the PMAC, and she was like, "What are you?" And I don't know if am I allowed to say this on camera? It's kind of a bad word. She was like, "You're the big bad beam bee," and now I say that every single time before I go. I look at my teammates. I'm like, and I don't know, that kind of stuck with me. And her corrections, even to this day, like I think about what she tells us to do, and she's still here. She's still around. So.
Thank you.
That's really a good story. I like that. Speaking of beam, what do you like it? I mean, this seems like to a non-gymnastics person just watching it, someone who's not been in the sport, it seems like the hardest event to excel at. Do you embrace it? Have you made yourself like it? Is it one of your favorites? Is it not really? Because obviously you do it very well. To be in the anchor spot on beam is no small thing.
I've always loved beam. It's always been my favorite, even in club. My club coach was very adamant about beam and extremely, extremely strict on us. So I think I got in that mindset of just go up and hit and da-da-da-da-da. And I think I found my love for it in club. And so it just became kind of mindless for me. So, yeah, pretty easy.
Is your club coach still there? Who would that be?
Kim Zemeskel.
Oh, Kim Zabethko. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've talked to her before. Yeah.
Yep.
So it seems like something you got to kind of love, right? It's because it's a hard event. You know, some people probably don't like it too much.
Right.
I think McKenna never did.
No,
right?
yeah, she didn't like
yeah,
it.
She didn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see how people wouldn't like it. I don't like bars. So, I think everyone has their different specialties, and I think it's something you kind of figure out when you're young that you learn to love, and so that's just kind of what happened for me.
This past year, we've seen a lot of athletes, and again, I'm kind of going by your Twitter feed. A lot of athletes seem to have found their voice, about social issues and stuff like that. Y'all are wearing the star ribbons in your hair at meets and stuff like that. And so y'all did a video about that, tweeted about that. We tweeted about Black Lives Matter issues a little bit. Yeah, I think is that something that a voice you found within yourself in the last year or so, or is that something you've always felt strongly about and maybe you've always given voice to? I don't know. Just talk about your attitude as far as the world outside, gymnastics.
I think I've never really felt like I had a voice for it, but I think I've always had a concern for certain things, and I felt like now was like the time to make a change, and I wanted to do more about it because I felt like I had more of a platform to do something and make a difference in the world, and that has been a really big focus for me the past few months, so I'm glad you noticed it at least.
Has it been rewarding?
Mm-hmm. If I can help anyone outside of gym, that's all I want to do, so.